YouTube launched its first subscription service, Alphabet and Amazon released their earnings reports, and Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey gave back some stock to his employees.
YouTube finally has a subscription service. What is YouTube Red,
YouTube Red, and not to be confused with...
The porn site, RedTube. Sarah Perez wanted to make sure we got that point across.
Yes, of course. All the right idea. Anyway, but yeah, so YouTube Red is YouTube's first ever subscription service.
So it's, what is it, $10 a month?
$9.99 to be exact.
So close.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's like the standard price for streaming services these days anyway. So YouTube Red, it's ad-free, and it launches on October 28th. So I believe that's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Today's Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually,
Yeah.
no.
It's next week.
23rd.
Good
Next
job.
week. Next week. All right.
Wait, so I don't get this. Google Bet, whatever. Google Bet is an advertising company. Like, why on earth are they doing a subscription?
Is it? I mean, is it really just an advertising company? It's so much more than that now.
But subscription is the dream, right? You get people to subscribe for something. They subscribe to something, whether they use it or not. They keep paying it every month.
Then they forget.
And it's that they forget, and you get that $9.99 for life.
That's what happened to me with Apple Music. But anyway, that's
I
topic
pay for
another day.
5 different Amazon yearly things that I only remember when I get dinged for it, and sometimes I do something about it, sometimes I don't. I don't know what I'm paying. But so it's just that. It's just
right, yeah, it's just that,
ad-free?
and it's ad-free, and then a couple of other things are that, so, okay, you can save videos to watch later, so you can, like, watch them offline.
It just caches them on your phone?
Right, and then another thing is that you can watch videos in the background. So usually if you're on YouTube and you close the app, then it stops playing. So if you just want to, like, listen to the music and not watch the video, you can still do that while you're fiddling around with other apps. Another thing, launching next year, they'll actually have original content series from some of their more popular creators.
So like just like Netflix and I guess the creators.
Or yeah, it's like PewDiePie.
I know, that always confused me. I thought it was
PewDiePie.
But he's like a game.
He sits there, he plays games, and he's in the corner, and he says curse words, and like people love him.
Yeah.
And he makes $1 billion a year. That's not an actual number,
ridiculous.
but he makes a lot of money. Sorry.
Wait, so creators, original content for creators. Are there any other implications for this?
Yeah. So. Basically, what it seems like is that YouTube is forcing these creators to sign up for their revenue share deal as part of YouTube Red, and if they don't, then that means that their content gets pulled off of YouTube, and that seems to be what's happening with ESPN. Just in the last 24 hours, their content, some of it at least, is not available on YouTube, and it's due to something around rights.
Content's a complicated game. I mean, some of these creators have accepted partner agreements, because they want to make money off their videos, right? They're spending some time on it, whether it's good or not. It's mostly shit. Right. But they're like, who reads that stuff? And then these kind of things change, and then it's like, I don't know what's going to be done with my content, and it's confusing, to say the least. It's confusing.
Yeah.
Which I think these changes YouTube is saying were made so it's not confusing anymore.
They're like codifying it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And YouTube is saying it's good for the creators because they're going to give like the vast majority of the revenue that they're bringing in to these creators.
I want to see like YouTube Green, where they pay me to watch videos with more ads. I would do that. So if that service came out, I would do that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know, but whatever. I'm not. Luckily, we're not content creators.
Hashtag content. So it's your favorite moment. Time for a transition. Speaking of YouTube and Google Bet, earnings palooza. So big beat by Alpha Google Bet.
Yeah, this was their first quarter as Alpha. How do you feel about earnings?
I do not like them. I think they're boring.
Like,
you guys just take it from here.
Pretend
like I'm not here. All right.
Okay. So what?
I'll be here, but like don't expect me to.
But this is kind of a big deal, right? Like this is Google's first quarter as Alphabet.
Yeah,
Alphabet is like this
cool.
new company has, or it's a holding company with like a million different things, right?
Other bets, they're referring to them.
Yeah.
We have Google and other bets.
There's something about mobile going on.
How interesting is your company when you're doing self-driving cars and you refer to them as other bets? Like this other stuff. Anyways.
How do you feel about other bets?
I do like Google's other bets because because you were saying earlier, like, oh, Google's an advert or whatever the F bet. It's an advertising company. I like their other bets. I like all the things that they're working on that are not its core business.
Here's what we need to know. Revenue's great. Mobile's,
Just crazy.
It's crazy. Google's,
Which is not surprising.
says
Is anyone really surprised by that?
all their projects have mobile as a focus, so that means search, advertising, and YouTube, everything, right? So they're doing well there. Sundar Pichai was on, and if I'm saying his name wrong, my brain hurts this week. He was on the earnings call, which was kind of nice, right?
So Larry Page was like never on these earnings
Because
calls.
he had,
It was their CFO, Ruth Porat, and it was great to hear from Pichai. And he's very calm, and when he talks about things, you believe it. So that's why you don't like earnings calls, because they're kind of like BS. But no.
So theoretically, in the next quarter, we're going to start seeing some real Alphabet stuff, right?
We're going to see real Alphabet stuff.
What do you mean real Alphabet?
It's like there are different divisions, Nest, and
other
bets.
Other bets. Yeah.
Sorry, was that the official terminology?
Yeah.
That's
the official terminology. Is they're going to refer to them as
moonshots, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, or did they drop moonshots? Is that?
I don't think Wall Street likes moonshots. Because then it gets confusing.
One more quick one. Amazon also had a completely blowout quarter. Company is profitable.
For the first time, right?
Not the first time, but they usually are not that profitable, right?
They usually, I pay attention to earnings.
You clearly.
It's all that toilet paper they sell, right?
But yeah, so we've got a lot of sales, lots of dollars in sales. They actually turned a profit.
And this
big
is
surprise for investors, right?
Okay, because it came from what, AWS?
Well, so AWS, that's their web services, like their cloud infrastructure, all that kind of stuff. Also now printing money, basically.
Yep.
Profitable, or like on an operating income basis. It's interesting. What the hell is going on here? Amazon's making money.
Well, they're doing a little bit of everything. It's A to Z, right? And that's their promise. Is I know, right? I love that. That's another day. But that's that A to Z thing. Delivery, and they're doing
Prime Fresh and all these other services. They've got video stuff now.
Video, music, toilet paper, everything. And good for them. And Wall Street doesn't care if people cry at their desks, apparently. Don't care. Show me the money.
And this is, so their revenue was good on Amazon.com, minus not taking into account AWS, and this is in light of the launch of Jet and everything.
Oh yeah, Jet's.
That's pretty.
Oh yeah, Jet didn't kill Amazon.
Yeah.
Breaking.
Darn. Dang.
Anyways,
it's your favorite moment. All-time favorite.
The big
moment.
Jacklash. Jack Dorsey. Twitter.
So, Twitter. Once again,
everyone loves him.
Everyone loves Jack. Another moment in Jackness. He's returning some of his stock to Twitter employees.
Yes.
That's got to be good for morale.
Yeah, you
right?
wrote about that last night. The specifics. What was it? 1%.
1% of his shares.
$200 million pool.
Something like that, going back to employees, right? So about a third of his stock. He owns a little bit more than 3% of the company.
Hey, it's nice.
Yeah,
the sentiment today was, sentiment this week at Twitter Flight was, renewed, transparency promises to developers.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sorry, right?
I'm sorry to developers,
reset
employees.
relations.
Let's reset relations. And I know there's got to be a calendar of things. Next week is going to be Jack Week 2. There's probably going to be way more like Jack buys bluebirds for everyone at their desk. But the stock's up today, like 5%. Wall Street likes what it sees after downgrading it this week.
There's like a little bit of momentum, right?
There is. Stabilization.
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
Yeah.
Optimistically stable. They're
you know
shipping
who is
product.
optimistic about that? Steve Ballmer.
Steve Ballmer loves Twitter moments. It's amazing.
Not only does he,
week's news though, or is he still talking about it?
He's always talking.
Yeah, he's Los Angeles Clippers owner / Twitter stock owner. Basically.
But it's the collection of things. That's to the to the naked eye, it looks good for Twitter. But man, Jack's got to be tired of hearing about himself at this point, really.
Double CEO
Maybe
duty.
not.
Now,
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.